Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to film like the perfect glowy full coverage base. Obviously we know that I love glam, and a lot of the time sometimes people think that like full glam means like heavy and matte, whereas obviously we've all kind of switched over from super heavy matte makeup into light and glowy. So I want to show you how I would create a glowy full coverage look. I'm going to do a bit of skincare with you. Normally when I come to film I've kind of prepped my skin. I do obviously do my primers with you, but I don't do kind of all my skincare. Key for me for glowy and hydrating base is skincare and prepping the skin so that the product that you use on top and the skincare that you use all work together to give you that luminous, brightening look. So yeah, hope you enjoy this. I would love it if you could like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it. So my skin is literally bare. I haven't put anything on it today. I have quite dry skin, so it is feeling dry. I haven't really added any hydration back into it. I'm going to start off with this like liquid. These are the micro-peeling super drops from Beauty Pie. I want to do a Beauty Pie video because it's a subscription service where you like pay a certain amount a month and it gives you access to like all the Beauty Pie stuff at a discounted rate. Their makeup for me is hit or miss. I do have some nice stuff from them, but their skincare is 10 out of 10. A lot of my day-to-day skincare, cleansers, toners, moisturizers, masks, just that kind of stuff is all Beauty Pie. So I want to do like a full video of kind of everything I have, because if you are subscribed or you're new to Beauty Pie or it's something that you wanted to try out, it can be a bit overwhelming. I've had to do a bit of trial and error with stuff, so obviously if I can help you guys out with stuff to get, that's good. So I'm going to start with this. So I use this daily. I think this is the third one of these that I've used. I've been using Beauty Pie for maybe 2 years. I heard about it on YouTube and I find this is really good for if I use it religiously, which most of the time I do, just keeping my pores really tight, is that the right term? Keeping them minimized. It keeps my skin really soft and it almost like brightens my skin, like keeps it very even. And when it comes to the little dropper, I know people don't really like these because they're not super hygienic, and I know I'm putting on my face and I shouldn't, but as you can see, it's just a clear liquid and I just rub this all over and it has a slight smell, but it's almost like clinical. It's not like a fragrance, and I feel like you can instantly kind of feel this working. You can use it day and night. I normally use it in the morning first thing, and it, even though it's like an oil, I would say it's, yeah, like an oil more than a serum, or is it? I don't know how to describe it, but it's not sticky and it dries down really quick. Next I'm gonna go in with another thing from Beauty Pie. This is the Super Healthy Skin, and this is just a very basic moisturizer, but I think it's a really good price, and because my skin is dry I need to like layer a lot of moisture, especially in the winter, so I can't really just use one moisturizer. And it's quite thick, and I think it works really nicely with those drops. A lot of the time if I'm not wearing makeup, those kind of two things are like my ride or dies. because we're doing makeup and because we're going to go quite full coverage, I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I'm sure you know about this, have seen this. It's just thick. It smells divine. And it just really works for me. I've tried the Skin Food. That broke me out. I do enjoy, I have like a mini version of the Charlotte Tilbury, what is this called? Do you know the moisturiser from Charlotte Tilbury, is it Magic Cream? And I do enjoy that. I kind of switch between the face base and the Charlotte Tilbury. But if I'm doing makeup, I find the Bobbi Brown one just really lovely. And I really push it in. I know that sounds silly, like I know you should be gentle, but I feel like you need to like force it in, if that makes sense. As I said, I've got dry skin. I'm sure if you have oily skin, wearing a lot of moisturisers and primers might not work for you. So obviously you can just do your kind of, your like normal skincare. Okay, and I find that all of those skin products just melt together. My skin feels soft, plump, hydrated, but not like wet. I don't want my skin to feel like slippery. Right, enough about pre-makeup. Let's get into the makeup. I love a primer. So one of the family members that has been watching my YouTube journey said, you love a primer. They don't even use primer. But I love a primer. Today I'm going to use 3. You've seen me use this. I love this. It's super hydrating. When I don't wear this, I feel like I notice a difference. For some shimmer, we're going to use the e.l.f. We love the e.l.f. And then I'm going to use the MAC Strobe cream and mix it in with the foundation that I'm using. e.l.f. Putty Primer. This is the CC Brightening one. I do have the other ones. I have the Luminous one. But I just really like how this makes my skin look. I can actually notice the brightness it gives me. And I think it makes my inner face looks really smooth. So I just put this on like the inner bit of my face. I don't go to the edge. And again, it's just another layer of hydration. e.l.f. Halo Glow. I don't know why. I think it's the colour that I have in this. I reach for this more than my Charlotte Tilbury one. And this one is a shade, got that in my hair. This one is a shade darker. Well, this is shade 2. And in the Charlotte Tilbury one I have like the lightest version. And I really just enjoy how this warms up my skin a bit. I'm incredibly pale. Just think this adds a tiny bit of life back into my face. And this I do put over like everywhere, like I go to the perimeters of my face and just kind of do an even coat everywhere. And you can even see it's just added something. As you can see, my face is just super hydrated. It's got like a glow to it. I'm just gonna use lip oil. This is from Unicorn Cosmetics. I love the lip oil. It smells unreal and I think the packaging is cute. Foundation. I'm gonna mix. I've got the NARS Sheer Glow and I've got the light, is it light reflecting? Yeah, light reflecting. I'm gonna mix the two. I did this last summer and I liked how it looked. So I'm gonna do, and I've got both of these in Mont Blanc, even though they're not the same colour. My Radiant Longwear and my Sheer Glow in Mont Blanc look the same, but the light reflecting one is a tint darker. That's fine for me, but it would be nice if Mont Blanc was the same. I'm going to take 1 pump of the light reflecting. I'm just taking this on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take 1 pump of the Sheer Glow. And you can even see on my hand. Can you see? In real life you can see that this one is like a hint darker than this one. And I'm gonna add in the MAC Strobe Dewy Skin Tint, and this is very dewy and has like a shimmer to it. When I tried it out on my YouTube as first impression, it was like shimmer because I didn't mix it, but now that's how I like to use it. I don't really ever use it by itself. I'm going to apply it and mix it with a brush. I'm not going to use that brush, I'm going to use this brush. It's kind of like a tapered foundation brush from Morphe. This is the E63, and I'm just going to mix it on my hand and just distribute it around my face, so I've got like an even coat. As you can see, it's a really good colour for me, and the finish is lovely, and it is full coverage. You'll see that it does manage to cover any kind of blemishes I have really well. So all of that has gone off my hand, I don't have anything left, and this is just one layer. I haven't really gone too much under my eyes, but it's just, you see that glow? I've got like super glowing but blank skin. I am going to basically do, so I like to do it in stages just because I don't know how much on the day I want to go, if that makes sense. But we want full coverage, this is a full coverage look. So I'm going to do another 1 pump of the light reflecting, 1 pump of sheer glow, and some MAC. And again, we're going to just mix that together and just dot around the face. And this is really going to just amp up that coverage. So yeah, you can still see I've got loads of radiance, and that colour is perfect. I'm going to take a sponge and just wipe off any extra product and just really bounce in. I feel like a sponge really does just give you that most flawless look. Okay, so foundation is done, and now we're gonna conceal. I have this from Beauty Pie, which I do enjoy, which is the Under Eye Corrector, and this is just like a peachy, balmy, it gives a lot of luminosity and really brightens up my under eye. So just taking it on a little brush, and I'm just packing this underneath. I'm going to blend it in with a sponge, but I prefer putting it on with a brush. It's a really nice colour for my skin tone. I feel like it's not, I'm not a pink under eye gal, and yellow doesn't really work with my complexion, and I'm just going to take my sponge and really just run that under, and it takes away any discoloration or blueness that comes and just really brightens up your eyes. Hydrating concealer. So normally I like my Modern Radiance concealer from Vive, but I do find that quite, it is hydrating, but I find my NUDESTIX Creamy Concealer is just the most hydrating with coverage concealer that I've tried. And I'm just going to blend that out. I think when it comes to glowy products and creating a glowy base, you really have to make sure the products work well together. If you're using wet, creamy products, they really have to be able to melt in and like play ball with each other. Because I think if you don't, it's something that's quite noticeable. I personally feel like you can hide a lot of powder, and with this look, powder isn't used that much. I am going to use a bit of powder, but not like I normally would. Base is done, eyes are looking fresh and bright. I'm next going to take Fix Plus, and I'm going to before doing my cream contour, my blush, I'm going to spray my face with this and just spend a minute or two pushing in this to my skin. If you have oily skin, I would skip this part because you need to try and keep your oils at bay. I am welcoming the wetness and the oils, so I'm going to go ahead. This is the lavender one. I like the smell of lavender. And I'm just not going to do too much. Just a few spritz. And then, yeah, very carefully, so you're not moving around any product. Just spend some time pushing in that hydration. To me, we have the perfect base. As you can see, it's full coverage, but there is so much glow and hydration. I think my skin looks 10 out of 10, if I do say so myself. Right, next, blush and bronzer slash contour. I am not going to use any bronzer today. I'm just going to use kind of a cool tone contour, and I'm going to use quite a lot of blush. I have these are both from ELF. They're both the Luminous Putty. I've got the bronzer and I've got the blush. So this is in Vacay Mood, and for me it's like the perfect tone. I look a bit grey to some people. I'm just taking this on kind of like a kabuki, and this has slight shimmer, nothing super crazy. And I'm just going to start working this in, and I'm using this as a bronzer. And these putty bronzers are buildable. If you like pigment straight from the bat, this probably isn't going to be your cup of tea, but I like a buildable bronzer. And even though my face is super dewy and glowy, it hasn't taken off any coverage from underneath, which is great. We don't want anything to kind of move about. Blush, this colour is Maui. It's like a pink. And again, it's the Luminous one. I'm just kind of placing that over. Taking this across the nose. Skin is looking like I've almost got like highlighter on, and I don't, but the inside of my face is looking like it does need some powder. So I have the KOSAS Cloud Set, which if anybody has used it will know it's got like a shimmer in. I don't really want to say shimmer because that sounds like it's like glittery. Perfect. And I'm literally just using this under my eyes. Okay, brows are done. Eyes. So I'm going to prep my eyelids. I'm just going to use some of the concealer. Today I'm going to go for like a one and done eye look. I'm going to use the Urban Decay, is it Space Cowboy? Yeah, Space Cowboy, which blew up just before Christmas. Everyone was loving it. And I have this palette from Revolution, which is like a pinky vibe. Just gonna set my eyelids with the lightest shade, which has this kind of soft pink to it. I'm feeling actually maybe to do then a little bit pink. I am gonna literally just take my finger. So I've not got anything else on my eye, I've just got a blank canvas. And I'm just gonna take my finger and I'm just gonna put this all over. I didn't even put anything in my crease. And this adds kind of like a wet glossy look, which again adds to the whole dewy vibe. Same on the other eye. Underneath my eyes, I'm going to do like a pink actually. Am I? Yeah. I'm going to take this turn this around for you. I'm going to take this kind of nudie pink tone on just like a little flat packer brush and just run this under my eyes. If you have blue eyes, pinks make them pop. And now on the same packer brush, I'm just going to dust off any excess product, and I'm going to take again Space Cowboy and just pack that on underneath. I feel like I've just given myself like eye bags, but they're like glitter pink cool eye bags. Mascara, I've got a mini of the CLIMAX, and I'm just gonna curl my lashes. Lashes is my favourite part of a look, and I like a clumpy lash, so we're gonna apply lots of layers. Am I gonna use this for my bottom? Yes, I'm gonna use this for my bottom lashes, but I need to be quite careful because this brush is quite big. My lashes never look good on this eye. I feel like perfect, wonky. Lips, we're gonna go in with, do I have a lip liner? Just keeping with the pinky theme, I've got the REFY lip liner in blush. I'm just gonna I love these lip liners. That looks very pink on camera. Okay, I'm gonna add Stockholm Matte Lip Cream by NYX over the top. And then I'm gonna add a gloss over the top of that. And this is the Lip Lacquer. In the viewfinder, my lips look very pink. In real life, they're a bit less pink. I guess because we've done a pink eye, it is fine. So here we have it. Final look. As you can see, my skin is just super glowy, but without looking sweaty. Because that's the thing with glowy makeup, you don't want to look like you've been wearing it for like 12 hours already. Full coverage. Can't see any of my freckles or blemishes. And as you can see, I've just got that super glowy radiance coming through. And I can promise you, I'm not doing a wear test today, but because of the layering, this will last. This could last you hours. Obviously, if you do have oily skin, some of this just isn't going to work for you. You are going to have to replace some of it with like shine control products or like oil control products. But theoretically, if you're still using like glowy powders, glowy creams with that have the extra kind of luminosity in, it still should work for you. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this has turned out. I'm literally wearing this makeup in my house. I wish I was going out somewhere. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any kind of full coverage glowy products that you could recommend. And yeah, and thanks so much for watching.